And then at least Marie Callender's instead of fucking Hungry Man. You can at least take it up a notch. Get something a little bit better. They got all sorts of good stuff.
I should probably get some stuff that has like greens in it and not just corn and meatloaf. But
exactly,
yeah.
Because that's all I'm saying. They do make better meals like that, and I get the point. I would say there's a couple methods. There's one method where you can do a lot of prep. Like you can have pasta par cooked. You can have like vegetables already cooked and ready to go in the fridge, so that all you got to do is pull out a frying pan or some sort of skillet or whatever. Throw shit together and make yourself like a fucking meal that way. And then if you have all that food prepped, there's so much guilt if you don't eat it, and you also got to keep it visible at the front of the fridge. So like, if you're thinking I want to go for like a snack and you got carrots ready to go right there, boom, you're going to grab the carrots because there they are. It's a big, it's a big way to do it there. But man, I don't know. I get you're like, oh, I can, have one meal and I'm going to cut out 2,000 calories of my diet. I'm going to shed weight so quick, but you are going to feel like the biggest piece of shit. You're going to have no fucking strength. Like, that is such a terrible idea.
Well, so I've thought about the nutrition side a little bit. So what I'm thinking is that, the TV dinner is dinner time, right? So that's my meal that I get a day. But I think it's probably not a bad idea if I like have a snack of like a little bit of vegetables in the middle of the day. And that can kind of make up for it a little bit.
What happened to the intermittent fasting though? Because I did that for a while and I thought I had some pretty darn good results. Yeah. And it's so nice that you can, like, you don't get to eat as much as you want, but you can eat pretty fucking, like, you can eat a lot of food and still have it be like pretty effective, And I always loved when you cross the line after your 16-hour fast and you get to that like first minute, it's just like, I can eat whatever I want right now. It's just so exciting.
Well, that's what I'm doing still. Technically not, because like it bummed me out when I found out that intermittent fasting includes alcohol. Like,
yeah,
technically I'm not doing it, but I am still like I only eat between noon and 8 o'clock. So like, when especially if I'm on the road, like noon rolls around, that's when I can have like a little like snack or preferably veggies or something like that. And then it's like when I get home, say 6 or 7 o'clock at night, that's when I have the TV dinner. So I'm kind of doubling down on that shit.
Right? Okay. I mean? Yeah. You're gonna feel so terrible, but no. Here's an interesting thing with the intermittent fasting too. When I did it, I used to try to. So that I could kind of feel like I was still able to consume something that would taste good. And even though these are really bad for you for like carcinogenic purposes, there's like those, how do you even say the word? Like those drinks, they got the artificial sweetener, like the phenyl neutronic, whatever. But they're like 0-calorie drinks, right? And they're like, it's not like diet soda. I think the Walmart has them. It's called like Clear something, whatever. That's not the point. The point is that if you drink those 0-calorie artificially sweetened drinks, since it tastes like it's sweet and your body thinks that it's getting sugar, it makes you hungry because your body's expecting to get the calories from the sugar, and you're just putting in this thing that tastes like food, but there's actually no calories to it. So it'd be like the end of the night, and I ate a ton of food, and I'd be fine, and then I go, okay, I'm going to go drink one of these things, and next thing you knew, I just had like the worst fucking hunger that I could not control, and then I looked into it more, and yeah, sure enough, like your body's like, hey, okay, I tasted that sweet, now give me the calories. So it almost makes you wonder, like, people who drink diet soda all the time, if they end up eating a lot more food. Because, like, a lot of people who drink diet soda tend to be insanely overweight at the same time.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I kind of gave up on avoiding aspartame, as bad as it is for you. At least so it would seem. I just, for the longest time, I didn't drink soda at all. And I tried to stick real hard to just like club soda, and I never. Well, this is just a side note on the club soda, but like I never realized how much fucking sodium is in regular club soda. Like you can get the stuff that it's like potassium instead of sodium that for whatever reason makes it the way it is. But like it's insane. It's like over 1,000 milligrams of sodium.
Well,
in like
what makes club soda
bottle.
club soda is that there's sodium in it. That's exactly what makes it club soda, actually. Like versus seltzer or what? There's another one too, isn't there?
Well, there's tonic. Tonic's got the quinine in it, and that's why it's sweet, or not really sweet, but weird.
Yeah. But that's I boy. Coffee today. But yeah, I'd actually learned that recently because I drink seltzer water like crazy, and then I was like looking at club soda, like what's really the difference here? And yeah, I guess it is just like the sodium. So how about that?
Yeah, it's my grandma would my late Oma, like I think it's a European thing, but she would never drink just straight water. It was always club soda instead. And like as a kid, I thought it was gross. But as an adult, I'm like, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, that they're big on the sparkling water and all that shit over there. Like, if you go and you just ask for water, they're like, do you want sparkling or flat? You know, like if you just ask for water, it's not, they don't assume that you want flat water. Oh, what kind of water would you like, you know? So that's the whole thing.
Well, when you put it that way, it's like when you ask it in that way, like do you want sparkling water or do you just want it flat? Like that sounds like a put down on just regular water.
Flat, yeah. Or do you just the flat stuff? Yeah, that'd be funny. Like you just look at them. What's your problem with water, man?
Do you want that bullshit natural water? Yeah, what a pleb.
You gotta put some bubbles in that shit, motherfucker. So
I thought about doing that soda stream thing, but anyway, go ahead.
Oh yeah, man, I love soda. Actually, I don't buy cans anymore. I always just keep a 2-liter around. And I'll just take a little pull on that for a while. They get a little flat after a couple days, but whatever, you know. But yeah, that soda stream, I was thinking about one of those too for a while. It'd be kind of nice, but totally unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. Then I'm just drinking soda like, I can use my machine. You know, that's cool. No, but what I was going to ask is, have you been watching anything good recently? You seen good movies or anything like that? I know we usually talk about a movie once a week or so, you know?
Yeah, I usually got one, and this week I definitely got one, man. I watched this last week. It's on Netflix. I think it might be coming off of Netflix soon, if I'm not mistaken. But it's called Lawless, and it's apparently based on a true story of these bootleggers from the 30s. Like these it's actually 3 brothers whose names escape me at this moment. But it's got Shia LaBeouf and like other actors whose names I also don't remember. But
this is ringing a bell. So okay, I remember when that came out. Right on. Shia LaBeouf, and it's good, huh?
Yeah, surprisingly. I mean, like he's actually not that bad of an actor.
No, he's not. It's just he went a little crazy, and I didn't know he was still doing anything like good. Is what I kind of meant. Like, yeah.
Well, I think this was before he kind of went off and did whatever he did.
It's that old of a movie.
2012, 2013. Yeah, it's like a 9-10-year-old movie.
Oh shit! I thought it was only. Wow, fucking time flies, man. I thought that was like maybe like 4 or 5 years old. I know the movie you're talking about. I had no idea it was that old.
Yeah. Time flies, but yeah, it was a. It's all I can say. Because I don't want to give anything away, but it's just very well done. It's been a long time since I've been talking about how I just randomly click on shit on Netflix because I'm sick of searching forever these days. And that one came up, and I was like, "Yep, sure, why not?" And fucking phenomenal movie. So go check it out if you can.
Heck yeah, I can picture it. Like I remember it being kind of dusty, and obviously, like you said, like back in the day, like 30s or 20s or whatever it was. And for some reason, I always associate that movie. And I just want to ask if you've seen this because it's just another fantastic movie. Completely different stories, different timelines. There's no reason I should associate them, really, but I'm just thinking of it. Have you seen Hell or High Water with Chris Pine?
Yes.
My God, that is a good fucking movie.
That is. Yeah, that ties in too because it's like basically brothers outrunning the law, if I remember correctly.
Maybe that's why I was. Maybe that's where I was getting the thought whatever you want to call it. You know. So speaking of Dusty Rhodes and that sort of thing, there's this truck commercial that I keep seeing, and it starts out with this song, and it's a dun dun ch, a dun dun ch, a dun dun ch, a dun dun ch. So what I always think it is fucking Danny California by the Chili Peppers. Every time that commercial starts, a dun dun ch, a dun dun ch. You know, that's how it starts. But it's that song. It's like, oh, help me now, down and now, down and now. What makes it good? I can't say, but I don't even really know the words. But do you know the song I'm talking about?
Yeah, so, I'm familiar. Yeah.
Okay, so obviously they're not very similar songs, but that drum beat is like dead on. And the Chili Peppers got sued by Tom Petty for Danny California for sounding too much like she grew up in an Indiana town like a good-looking mama who never was around. What the fuck? Last Dance with Mary Jane. Why couldn't I think of the name of that?
Oh, there it is. Yep.
Right.
I was thinking too, and it was escaping me.
Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy that I couldn't think of that sooner. Especially like the band, we used to play that shit all the time back in the day. So I was wondering if a band can sue a band. So if you've already been sued for ripping off a song, but then somebody rips off your song, can you sue them, or would then that money go to Tom Petty?
Well, it's not going to Tom Petty. I'll tell you that.
Well, his estate, okay, you know.
Yeah. But that's a good question. I feel like you probably can't. Like at least I would have to think so.
So if a song's already been ripped off, can you rip off that song with no worry?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think you can. Well, coming from the place of like ripping off a ripoff, I mean that's just ethically not good. But I mean, I think you're just as liable to be sued as well by the original songwriter. Like not the ripoff, but like the original person could probably sue your ass too. So
sure. That I definitely agree with, that the original person could. But what I'm wondering is if the person who got sued can sue. But I guess that's what you're saying. Probably not. You know, if the Chili Peppers could sue this other band, even though they've been sued for ripping that song off. Yeah,
I would have to think not. I mean, I'm no lawyer, but I would think you can't. If you're already having to give money from your ripoff to someone else, what are you doing? If you decide to do that shit,
so I'm gonna write a song called Manny, New Mexico, and it won't rip off the music, because that was really the problem with Danny California. I think is that that maybe the guitar was a little too close, and that it was that the storytelling of this girl, the themes were maybe crossed a little bit too much too. So I just want to see how far I can rip off Danny California without being able for the Red Hot Chili Peppers to sue me.
Well, you might as well pick a song by someone who definitely deserves to get sued. Like, why don't you make a rip-off version of that stupid ass All Summer Long by Kid Rock? Because that's a rip-off of two other people. So,
yeah, but he had to get rights for that, because he's not trying to hide that he clearly took two. It's like a mashup is what he did there. And he's originally a DJ, so it kind of makes sense that he would have done that, in a weird way.
But in that case, who sues you? Kid Rock or the estate of Warren Zevon and Lynyrd Skynyrd?
Right. Or you could do it. Here's one really good way. Rip off every Led Zeppelin song, because they can't say anything, because that's how they got their start.
Yeah. They can't say shit.
I think that's the target.
Yeah, I mean that's a good one, because they definitely I mean, obviously, no disrespect to Led Zeppelin. I know you don't either. That's like your favorite